So Steve is famous now
Why?
because they talked about you on the Knife Nuts podcast.
Does that make him famous?
It's getting around.
Way to promote me, guys. Talk shit.
I like it. The way Levon said it is, knife guy yells at other knife guy.
Is Levon like a fatter dude with a beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him in front of the Demco booth at Blade Show, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hi, I'm such and such," and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm Steve."
His buddy's like, "Oh, you don't know who that is?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know who that is. I'm like, should I? Like, do you like? You're sorry. Hey.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. Do you know who you're talking to, bro?
Some fucking fat dude. That's who you're talking to.
Gerald's spicy today, man.
What Gerald said?
I don't know. He's talking shit.
Good. Who is it? The chief?
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, it's a big.
Yeah, I wanted not to like it, but it's actually pretty sweet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see $155 in it though.
That's my thing about Spyderco. It's like we got the Millie, we got the Endura, we got the police. You know what we need? Another big fucking knife. That's a lot.
Dude,
That's
honestly, it's like I don't know, dude. The military's just better in every way.
Is it? Yeah.
I kind of want to get another military.
So, we haven't even started the podcast yet, and Paul's already commenting. He said, Gerald's feisty today. Who put pre-workout in his Metamucil?
Wait, I missed that. What?
He said, Gerald's feisty today. Who put pre-workout in his Metamucil?
Gerald is spicy today. Wait, have we been on the whatchamacallit? People watching us right now?
Yeah, I just went live.
Oh, okay. Oh, you guys didn't even hear how Gerald was before. He was calling my Nkose a knife for girls. He was.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, because he said the small one.
Them's fighting words.
Dude, the small one's a knife for girls. Come on now.
I
there
love
you
a
go.
small.
Yeah, I bet your girl does too.
So you're secretly a girl too, then I guess,
Hey,
huh?
the small would be really nice to carry for the days where you're not working.
No, nope,
about-
never.
How about for a guy that just goes to the office,
Yep.
cuts his sandwich open, plays with the knife a little bit, and doesn't want to the shit out of everybody?
Alex, that guy should be a man and get a knife that's 3.5 to 4 inch blade length and use that shit to cut his sandwich. Don't be a pussy. So what if you're going to the office?
Yeah.
Oh, Gerald, tell him.
Jesus
Tell
Christ.
Read up. Tell him. Read up with your little.
Well, you Gerald.
Tell him. Tell that Marine what's coming.
You know what? I'm happy taking this, and I feel very manly carrying it.
Paul says real men eat tacos, not sandwiches. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, you ready to get started, guys?
I'm on a
All
diet.
right, let's go.
All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Sharp Talk. I'm Tom, a.k.a. Tom Hosting Outdoors, and I'm shamelessly going to plug my channel because I'm just a few subs away from 500 subs. If you guys want to sub to my channel and you're not, you're listening to this, you're not already subbed, there will be a giveaway at 500 subs. I'm also joined today by Alex, a.k.a. Alex_Knifebox on Instagram, and Alex's Knifebox on YouTube, which is growing very quickly. I looked at that today, Alex.
It's just 150, man. That's nothing.
Hey, you've grown quick. Last time I looked, you were at like 90.
When did you look at it?
When Alex reaches 200 subs, you will see Alex's box. Facts.
Ooh.
He will show you his box.
I'm going to make more accounts and subscribe with them. But we're also joined today by Gerald, a.k.a. Outpost76 on Instagram and YouTube, and Steve, a.k.a. Super Steel Steve on YouTube, and at Chef Kalari on Instagram. And you can also follow the podcast Instagram where we post updates from time to time. I think that's at Sharp Talk. Pretty sure.
And Facebook, buddy.
Oh, and Facebook. There's a Facebook group too.
We have a Facebook group?
Yeah,
We do.
you need to get on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, bro. Facebook's for losers.
Oh,
Whatever. Anyhow,
Whatever.
there's no point in arguing you anymore.
There we go. Now we're learning.
All right, boys. What do you guys got in the pocket today? Anybody want to start?
Who's going first?
No.
All right.
All right.
I'll give you guys a guess. Or I'll give you guys a guess. What do you think I'm carrying?
Okay. You're carrying a Nkosi.
Any other
You're carrying
guesses?
You're carrying that Protec.
Yep.
Gotcha. Anthem. That I just got back from Benchmade. With a fresh new blade because Kurt's Rockwell results are perfect.
Oh, what do you know? Kurt knows what he's doing.
This one seems a lot better though. The edge on this factory is really, really good. It's sharp. It's holding up well. I've probably cut 100, 150 feet of cardboard, and there's really no edge deformation at all. I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, man. They gave you one above 57.
Yeah, dude. The one that I had, you'd cut like 6 cuts into cardboard, you look down, you're like, what the fuck happened?
That's epic.
So this one's good. At least it seems like it.
Good job, Benchmade.
No charge.
Yeah,
No
thank you,
charge. It's
Benchmade.
because it was... Huh?
It's probably from the melted guns or the broken down guns.
It's made out of gun
You see?
stocks, gun barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anything else you're carrying, Tom? Anything else?
Nope, just that today.
Just that?
Yep,
You want me to go?
I almost carried a couple knives, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to carry the one today. I know I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of cutting on a Sunday. Alright, who's next?
Want me to go?
Go for it.
I got, let's see, this guy, because I didn't know Swiss Army knives make cool shit now. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but like not as lame. And then I got this, which actually isn't mine, but it is on loan. It is a Hinderer XM18 in 3V.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
With a Sparrow grind, spear point something or another.
It looks
You
like
mean
it's got
Sponto?
a
No, this is a Sparrow.
Sparrow grind, huh?
This is a Sponto.
Yeah.
Sparrow. This is a spear point slash, I think harpoon or something like that. They called it. This was a Monkey's Edge exclusive, I guess. I don't know. I never heard anything about it.
It
And,
probably
yeah.
is got that frag.
Frag pattern. Yeah.
Nice.
Gentleman by what's his name? Knives in Review, Knives and Gear, something like that. He sent. Oh God, I can't believe I forgot his name. He sent this to me to toughness test.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, this is gonna. Yeah, there might be a snub nose in the future.
Hey, he's gonna get the knife back definitely into a Tonto.
We'll see, but it's awesome. Yeah, I don't usually carry loaners that guys give me, but this knife's cool as fuck because I like Hinderer knives, and this one's badass because it's 3V. So that's what I'm carrying today.
Gerald,
I'm not carrying any knives today.
What?
He's
Bullshit.
what is wrong with you, Gerald? Come on. He's got the cheat.
I feel like Gerald woke up this morning and was like, fuck knives.
I think he's like, There
The
we
free.
Surprise. Surprise.
that's a nice one. Everybody raves about that
I
one.
got that and this crappy lightweight pair of 3.
So you
Gerald got it this morning and he said FTW.
I don't know what that means, Alex.
That means fuck the world.
Fuck the world. Okay.
Yes.
What do you
All right.
What do you got, Alex?
I went
No.
to shoot this morning as I wanted to be operator. I got this Marfione custom SOCOM.
Very nice.
An M390.
Ooh.
Maybe soft, maybe hard. Who knows?
Hey, I know 3
And-
guys that can test it for you.
Nah, I don't want to do it.
I know a guy who will snap the tip off it for you.
Yeah. I know a guy who will pop a beer open with the spine of the blade.
I can show you a guy that'll do it with the edge.
Ew.
I have friends.
So Paul commented, Gerald just carried a crowbar and a shake weight and a scowl.
Wow, a shake weight.
Jesus Christ. All right, I know it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since we've recorded an episode here, so you guys better have some new knives.
Mmm.
I've sold some new knives.
You sold some new knives?
I mean, well, no, hold. I have new knives. These 2 right here. So, I mean, through the love of my knife community friends, this knife, this is an SNG, which you guys saw in my last video, and then this knife, which is the Crewwear Manix 2.
Nice.
Glimmer, 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 shine, 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 shine. Yes, I have both of these. And I like this knife more than I like this knife.
So, Alex, you're telling me you don't have any new knives?
So I have one on the way, but it's I'm sad I bought it.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Have you guys heard of Poltergeist Works?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Poltergeist Works has done. They did a collaboration with what's that Chinese knife company?
Real
Reate?
steel?
It's not Reate. It's Real Steel. That's what it is.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and show it. I have it on my phone here.
Okay.
So
Ooh,
that's
I kind
the.
of like that.
So it's pretty nice. So basically, I didn't read any of that. I just saw that, and I saw the word auction, right? I'm like, oh shit! I've been wanting a Poltergeist Works knife for a long time. So I put I see the bids, like nobody was really like bidding on it. I saw a bid at 200. I'm like, I'll just throw 250, and then bam, I win it, right? And I'm like, sweet, so I'm gonna get one. And then I start reading on it. I'm like, wait a minute, it's a fucking Real Steel. I just paid $250 for Real Steel.
Yes.
So, but. So what he did was he took one of these knives and he went through it completely, deburred everything, gave it his own edge, cleaned up all the hardware. I think he actually put his own hardware on there. He kind of like modified it, made it like I don't know what you would consider that, but basically took the knife and restored it. He refinished the scales, he refinished everything, and just kind of tightened the whole knife up to be, like a nicer one. And then I messed with him. I'm like, oh, but it's a fucking Chinese knife. I don't want that shit.
Alex.
No, but it's been European revamped. Oh, look at that.
Do you know what this is, Alex?
It looks like something very similar by the hardware.
This is a Real Steel and Poltergeist collaboration, the Terra,
Yes.
for $40.
Yeah. I know. No, but this one's a little bit more because it's the marble carbon fiber and blah, blah, blah. It's supposed to be a nicer one. It's
All I'm
supposed to be.
saying is this is a badass knife. This knife right here, if he pimped this out or something like this, it's badass. This is one of the best knives. I would. Here you go. Ready? You ready to get everybody pissed off? This right here. Ready? Listen. Rat one killer right here. All day, every day. All day, every day.
I believe it.
All day, every day. This thing is thinner behind the edge. It's got a crown spine.
Ooh.
This is just,
I mean,
Oh,
it'd be a nice knife just to keep and beat the shit out of. Whatever.
I'm just saying, real steel makes a good knife. The liner lock's great. It's a light. It works. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so here I am window shopping and not fucking reading the fine print. I got so excited, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna get one of these for $250. This guy makes like fucking $600-$700 knives.
Like, I got this, bro. I got this.
Got me, man. He got me. At least he shipped it for free from Poland.
That's cool.
At least he shipped it for free from Poland. Silver lining, right? Silver lining.
You got anything new, Gerald?
Yeah, unfortunately.
What's up with you guys and regretting your purchases?
I
didn't read
No, I don't either. I don't either. I got the smooth Crewwear Mannix. It finally came like a week and a half ago, the lightweight Para 3.
Yeah.
Because it went through other people first. And that DLT PM2 M390 from Blade Show that Clint picked up.
Nice.
So that I can test that.
I guess, is that it for you, Gerald?
Yeah, that's it, buddy.
Well,
and I got a new pocket clip, guys.
nice. The Zerk one for your Nkosi?
Zirconium millet pocket clip.
Nice.
Pretty cool. It's actually got you can't see it on the inside, but on the back side of the clip, it's got a nice millet logo. It's like the whole thing, they really kind of finished. It was kind of impressive. Fit perfect. Nice and tight.
Nice.
Does it match red micarta?
Kinda.
Got a black kind of lanyard thingy, so kind of. I mean, it's alright.
BJ said, Tom, we can compete with Alex this week.
Yeah.
I guess nobody really gets that because BJ and I are always talking about how every time that we text Alex, that we got a new knife, we show him a new knife, he's like, look at this $1,000 custom I just bought. And we're like, fuck, our stuff doesn't look so good anymore.
Well, I haven't bought anything because the Scout is coming soon, guys.
Yeah. No, I know if you're in a lull of buying things, something good's to come later.
Yeah, it's the Scout's gonna be like $1,100.
Fuck.
So I gotta hang tight until that. Oh, and I sold 2 knives to buy a Springfield 1911. So
Look at you go.
yeah, I'm you know what? I'm gonna bring this up right now. I think selling knives to buy guns is a great idea, guys. It's a great idea. You guys should try it.
I do the opposite. I sell guns to buy knives.
Oh man, I love it. I think I'm gonna sell the whole collection and just have a fucking armory.
I like where your head's at.
For once, I think I actually have more new than anyone else.
Let's see it, Tom.
So I also got the Crewwear Smooth G10 Mannix 2, and it's now out being fixed because it had issues.
Patience?
What?
Huh?
It said it because it had issues.
Love you.
Oh, huh. Whatever.
So you sent it to Spyderco after all?
I didn't send it to Spyderco. I sent it to a guy by the name of Parsons Blade Works. He offered I threw it up for sale on the Reddit Discord, and he goes, hey, man, before you sell that, do you want me to see if I can fix it for you? Because I probably can. I was like, yeah, sure. He goes, just send it my way. Don't worry about it.
That's cool.
I'm like, all right.
Nice guy. Shout out to that dude.
We all tried to help you. Just saying.
Gerald offered to do the same, but I had already sent it out that day. But I was so pissed off at that knife for the D-shaped thing just being shoved into the liner as hard as they could shove it in.
But you like D-shaped things, shove it into the liner.
Man, you took words out of my mouth, Alex.
No, whatever.
You love D-shaped things
Whatever.
shoved in hard with aggression.
Whatever.
That's your knife. You love it.
All right. Whatever.
He puts it on your face.
I guess I'll go in order of what I got these in then. I have the Bradford Guardian 3 and Venatus 4 Extra. 3D micarta handles.
Very phallical.
Thank you. And then I got the Armitage sheath to go with it because I really don't like their leather sheaths. It's real nice. I mean, I wish the sheath had more of a snap to it. It just kind of pushes in, which kind of sucks. But
Did you get that from HQ?
What?
Did you get that from Blade HQ?
Nope, ordered it straight through them. That way I could choose, what color I wanted, and then I got the tech lock to go on the back.
Nice.
It carries really well. I've been digging that. I promptly dropped that straight onto concrete.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just knocked it straight off a fucking shipping crate, edge down onto concrete.
Atta girl, that's how you do that. You test that 3B.
Yeah, it's V4E, bro.
Whatever, Venatus 4, whatever, 4B, 3B, same shit. Good job.
It's like 3rd or 4th generation particle metallurgy, Steve. It's the super clean stuff.
Do you know what's between the 2nd and 3rd generation?
There is none.
Exactly. Oh.
See, I knew that would get to you.
3rd generation. Fine. Yeah, so is Sam.
All right, and then the next one I got, Chris Reeve Niala.
I like that one.
Drop point, natural micarta.
So you were saying that, when you first got it, you were thinking maybe that the handle might be a little uncomfortable. What do you think now?
Well, I haven't actually used it for anything yet. It's too fucking big to carry for me. It's huge. It's way bigger than what I thought it would be.
Like my dick.
You need to grow some then. Grow up.
Whatever. It's a big knife.
Every time.
Look at it compared to the Guardian 3.
Yeah, it's
In the
cool, man. Look.
Yeah, the Guardian 3 is bordering on a girl's knife too.
Okay. By the time you put on the massive leather sheath they give you, I want a Kydex sheath for it. I would carry it if it had a Kydex sheath. It'd be a lot smaller.
Massive.
But honestly, if you really bear down on it, it'll dig into your hands a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. I've been after one of these for a while. I kind of wanted the Insingo blade shape, but I mean, when they pop up for $100 off for brand new, I mean, I'm not going to pass that up. And got the okay from my girlfriend to buy it, so you can't pass that up either. She sent me this. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like,
I know.
I'm like Chris Reeve Niala. She goes, "Do you want to buy it?" I was like, "Yeah." Is this a trick question?
So I'm not gonna comment on that one.
It's fine.
I don't know.
Leave your
man. I
comments to
despise
yourselves.
it.
No, you know what? Now that you said that, I'm gonna throw a comment. Now,
why would you tell us that?
Because if you listen, everyone else said you gotta take advantage of it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
So you bought a knife because your girlfriend told you to buy it, not because you wanted it.
She asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I was like, yes. I mean, I've always wanted one. I've been after one for a while. Whatever. Keep your smug remarks to yourselves.
You know what? I like your girlfriend.
Shout out to Tom's girlfriend for controlling his knife collection. Shout out. You have good taste.
Yep. Then I guess this isn't really in order, but and it's not really a new knife, but I got it back in was the Anthem. I guess that technically counts, right? So get this. I sent it out with 2 issues. I sent it out with one, the blade being at fucking 57, which is a huge issue.
Did they Rockwell test it themselves after when they got it back?
They did, but they won't tell you what it is. But the fact that they replaced the blade with a brand new one free of charge tells me it was 57.
So those bastards didn't even want to tell you.
No. Why would they? I mean, it's 2 points lower than what it should have been.
Yeah, but did they say anything?
Nope. Just
We're
send it with a new blade.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're like, ugh. Whoops.
It's the lack of information that condemns them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like You know what? Here's a new blade for free.
Yo.
What was the rock one? Here's a new blade for free.
It would have been different if they're like, yeah, it was 59. It was a little bit on the low end. Here's a new blade. We're sorry. No, they didn't even say anything. It just says new blade.
New blade.
That's all it said.
Do you think they even Rockwell tested it?
Oh, yeah.
Or,
Because
Oh, yeah.
what happened was I got a hold of their customer service and, explained to them the thing that was going on. He goes, okay, you know what? Send it in. I'll put this in your account because I've sent things into him before. He goes, I'll put this into your account and we'll have it tested. And it literally, when I sent it in, the paperwork that I got back said HRC test. So they tested it. But it would have been cooler if they gave me a result.
It happened with Kenny in the pocket. He sent in a couple of knives because they came in under. Kurt had tested them, and he sent them in, and he got them both back. One of them said the guy that does their response wasn't familiar, and he was like, "Oh well, the blade's in spec. It's within 58. Blah blah blah." And then he sent Kenny a chart, right? But he thought Kenny was talking about 154 cm and not S30V or 20 CV. So Kenny sent back, he's like, yeah, man, the chart says 59 to 61. And the guy sent back, he's like, oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about 154. Yeah, we'll replace that for you, no problem. That's a little bit low, sorry. And then it got a new plate back.
Hey, props to them for at least fixing the issue. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of cool that if you buy a knife from them and it shouldn't come in low, but if for some reason it does, they're going to fix you up.
No. That's fucking horseshit. If you go to Chili's and someone sends out your mid-rare steak well done, do they fix it for you?
They should.
No, they do every time. If you go buy a TV from Walmart and it doesn't work right and you send it back, they replace it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not good on Benchmade for doing their fucking job by fixing something they sent to you that was subpar. That's like a basic manufacturer's warranty. I'm sorry. I'm tired of everyone going,
it should be
good on whoever for fixing their fuck ups. No, it's their fucking job. You come to my restaurant and something's fucked up. It's not good on me for fixing it. I'm sorry for it's fucked up in the first place. How about that?
No, I agree. There's a lot of companies though that are saying no, that's not a problem. Like Lion Steel did.
No, that's a fucking.
I'm gonna say good job on Benchmade for putting a new blade on the knife.
Yeah. Well, I can only give them. Hang on, I can only give them half of a good job because the other problem I sent it in with was there was up and down play. So it's developed a little bit of up and down play. So I was like,
what? Do you mean?
Like literally, like straight up and down, like vertical play.
Like when the knife's locked.
Yes.
And the lock is
just a
like
little
the blade.
bit.
Up and down.
And I think that's because the frame is titanium, and that's literally the stop pin. So this blade beating into that titanium has moved it a bit, right? I mean, it makes sense.
Why do you risk flicking your knife, Tom?
I'm flicking it with my fucking thumb.
Oh my God!
This isn't a damn Sabenza. I'm allowed to flick the
all
anthem.
coming out, Tom.
Gosh,
Tom,
you guys
it's
are the
all
worst.
coming out.
We don't do a podcast for 2 weeks, and it's all pile on Tom. But anyhow, before you guys make any more comments, I'm gonna cut you off. The new blade came back with twice the level of up and down play that the old one did.
Oh man, isn't that awesome?
It's great.
They ain't giving you a brand new integral frame, bro, for free. That ain't happening. Sorry.
I know. I was hoping they might pick a blade that was maybe a little bit oversized, so it actually, worked. Nope. Oh well. It's whatever. I can live with that. I can't live with a fucking 57 HRC blade.
Now, had Benchmade given you a new frame for the wear and tear on the knife, that would have been good on Benchmade.
Oh, I agree.
Exactly.
The fact that they fixed a blade that was soft to begin with is not good on Benchmade.
I agree.
Fuck.
This one came in. I know it sounds stupid to expect on a $420 knife, but it came in perfectly centered, no play like it should.
That's what it is. We are all in the knife community conditioned to accept shit. That's what it is. You get a knife that is centered and there's no play up, down, left, or right. We're like, yeah! That's what it is. There's no standards. The standard for the average knife buyer is propagated by the fucking Uncle Randy's of the world going, well, you should just be fucking happy it's a knife and it's got an edge. Yep. Fuck you.
Well,
fuck you. Fuck you.
The other issue my original blade had was it looked like someone practiced their grinding abilities on it for about an hour and a half, and it was an 1/8 inch short compared to everything else. This one's the perfect length, where it should be.
There you go, Benchmade. Putting out quality product. Thank you, Benchmade.
Oh, and it was properly sharpened, both sides, no real fuck ups in the edge. Everything's like really even. For a Benchmade, it's very even.
Props to Benchmade for doing what they said they were
Hey,
going to
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom,
Yeah.
buddy, something you said.
Uh-oh.
I just gotta say, man, you can go to Walmart. You can go to Walmart and buy an Ontario Rat 1, and it's gonna be centered, and it's not gonna have up and down play.
Yep.
For $27 fucking.
I agree.
do. 24 in Georgia.
Well, some beach.
50 in California.
We're talking about
Plus 10% tax.
Holy shit, 10%?
No. I'm sorry. I'm exaggerating. 9.5%.
Oh my god.
You should see my income tax, bro. That's beautiful right there.
That's
My
terrible.
income taxes, dude. They kill us over here.
You might want to move, Alex.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, my daughter's big enough. That's the idea. Actually, that's the plan.
There you go. Alright, I got one more new knife. So when I was on vacation, I drove past GP Knives and decided to stop in there and see what they had to offer. Very cool little shop. Honestly not very big at all, but the amount of stuff that they have packed in there is really cool.
Did you get to talk to Tyler? Hello, this is Tyler from GP Dive.
I don't think I did. There was some kid probably about my age. He was really great. I almost played the "I'm Tom Hosang Outdoors" card. That probably would have got me. That probably would have got me a $10 upcharge though.
Yes, I would have.
I would have been like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I was gonna take my sticker and slap it on their door. But anyhow,
Doors.
I looked at all their stuff. I was gonna pick up a Para 3 lightweight, and my girlfriend's like, "You've had so many Para 3s. Why don't you get something different?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
Dude, she's the director, man.
Yeah.
He really is, bro.
It is her knife collection, not yours.
Yeah.
She's like,
We need her. She makes the decision.
She's like, "You've had so many Para 3s, and you always end up selling them. Get something different." But anyhow, I picked up a ProTech SBR with the knurled aluminum frame, two-tone blade. It's the stonewash and satin finish.
Is that Les George?
It is. It's a Les George design.
Looks like it from the blade.
Oh yeah. I've been after this one since SHOT Show. When I first saw them released, I liked this frame, and they had one of the blades that was really, like, it was all acid washed and really nice looking. And that just got released about a month ago, but I didn't have the money for it at the time. It was like that, and then it had a mother of pearl inlaid button, which was awesome, for like $199. I think this one was $189. So for $10 more, I could have had that, but I missed out on those.
Because your girl told you not to buy it?
No, I didn't have any money for that. I was broke.
To take her out to dinner as well.
But I gotta say, this is one of the most well fit and finished knives I think I've ever owned. It's right on par with my Inkosi. Everything fits together really nice. Screws are perfectly recessed. I can't find any gaps whatsoever. No blade play. Perfectly centered. Sharpening is a little bit wonky, but I mean, whatever. I'm not too concerned with that. I know how to sharpen.
I actually have a ProTech TR2, and it's got like a skull, the Shaw skull on the side, inside the out of sterling silver on the scale.
Ooh.
Dude, that knife is seriously, just like you said, the fit and finish and the way it all is assembled is so clean, man. I bought that knife like 4 or 5 years ago, back when, like, you know, fit and finish wasn't even that big of a deal back then.
Dude, for $185 for something made in the U.S., this quality, with the attention to detail that they gave to it, I'll eventually do a review of this one because there's some really cool little features. But can you guys see the pocket clip screws are perfectly recessed down into the scale, so when you're using the pocket clip, it doesn't catch up on your pocket.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that is cool.
Super snappy too.
You know, those guys are only 5 miles away from my house.
You need to go visit their shop.
I'm working on getting like a tour arranged.
Very cool.
So I'm gonna go check them out. If I could sneak my cell phone in there and take some video, I will.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell him you know Tom Hosseing's girlfriend. They'll let you right in.
Oh, you guys are the worst.
You're like, oh, she sells us a ton of fucking knives. Come on in, bro. Let's go.
See, that's why Tom's girlfriend's dad that listens to this podcast doesn't need to worry about anything because his daughter's running the show.
Nothing.
Yeah, she's safe.
That's fine.
It's Tom's parents that should be worried.
Come on.
Yeah.
You guys know that's the way it goes.
When the term anal gets brought up, it's Tom's parents that need to work, not his.
Oh, God.
He's like, editing right there.
I'll leave that one in. That's fine.
There we go.
I-
Pro Tech had a good fit and finish. It's 2 slabs of aluminum and a spring. Get out of here.
They're
Dude,
great.
with
They're
with
great.
perfectly lining everything up, everything's super tight.
You ever knocked one of these down yet?
No.
Okay, knock one of these down and then tell me if they can compare.
Okay.
You want to see serious machining? These Microtechs are insane. What they do to these knives.
They had those there too, and I really considered buying one of those. I'm like, that thing's fucking huge. Never mind.
It's huge. There we go again. That's not your girlfriend speaking. That's you speaking right
Hey,
now.
when they come out with the mini later on this fall, I'll pick one up.
Men should own nothing named Mini.
Dude, the mini's still a 3.5-inch blade.
What's wrong with the 4-inch? What, you can't handle that extra half-inch?
It's too big.
Oh,
It's not that
come
the blade's
on.
too big. It makes the handle too big.
This handle? Right, look.
Listen.
Yeah.
I wear a size small in everything. I don't got big pockets.
Grow some fat, okay?
I wish.
Learn how to grow
I wish.
God. With your fucking sub 34-inch waist. Get out of here. What are you, a wasp? A bumblebee?
See,
Get out of here.
even Paul said wait for the mini. Paul's on my side.
Paul, what are you doing, Paul? Don't subscribe. Don't do that. Don't encourage his small knife buying.
The Nkosi's a big knife.
Kosi is not a big knife.
The,
It's a normal.
the large Nkosi is pretty big.
It's a normal size knife.
It is a normal size knife.
The large?
Yes.
Yeah.
The large is big.
It's a
It's
normal.
a normal knife.
Whatever.
Whatever. Just ask your girlfriend what size it is. She'll tell you. She'll let you know what your opinion is.
What section do we do next on this podcast? I forget.
What section? Tom's girls' recommendations. That's what we need.
All right.
Yeah.
We can bring her in here for that.
Yes, please do. I want to ask her about this Best Tech Hornet that a gentleman sent me to test. Will you look at this fucking thing?
That thing's ugly, man.
This is ugliest. This is the ugliest, stupidest looking knife I've ever seen in my life. This is
It's got the old Para 1 dyno jimping.
like, what is this? I mean, here's the thing. Ready? Watch this.
I know they have good action,
Sure,
but
Gorov.
The action on it's incredible. I mean, like for you action dudes, look, it just falls under. I mean, the blade's huge, so I don't like it's surprised. It is the ugliest, most
why does it have all that ribbing on the back of the blade?
for her pleasure, bro. Come on, get out. That's what this is for.
Paul
That's-
says we
Look
need.
at the pocket. Hold on. Look at this.
Is that a gold freaking backspacer?
Where's Banner 24/7 when I need him right now? Look at this thing. Look at that.
It's got a lot
That's
of
like
ramp.
trying to run. That's like trying to run slicks over a dirt road. Look at this. Oh my god! But shutty.
Paul says we need Tom's girlfriend merch.
Yes, we do. We do. Tom's girlfriend says this is okay to buy. Tom's girlfriend says don't buy. Tom's girlfriend is.
Oh God.
Love you, Tom.
I shouldn't
Love
have
your
said
girlfriend.
anything.
So we have her on the podcast next time.
Sure.
3B,
Yikes.
bitch. 3B.
He says it'll have a shirt pocket with Tom's balls inside.
Yes. There. Well, and his spine in the back
Tom's
pocket.
balls in a sling. Tom's balls in a sling.
All right, Alex, what knives did you have for us to take a look at? So remember, since I'm on the online version of Skype, I can't screen share. I know. So you got to pull them up on your phone.
All right, guys. The first knife we're going to be talking about is the Kershaw Launch 10. I actually thought this thing was pretty cool.
Is it the Hawkbill?
It's the Hawkbill one.
Yeah.
It's a small Hawkbill. It's California legal. 1.9-inch blade. Stone finish. Yeah. It's really like a nice little useful knife. It's got CPM 154 blade.
Mm-hmm.
Overall length of the whole knife is 5.2 inches.
That's tiny.
That is tiny.
Uh-oh. What's going on with your mic, Gerald?
The alien-
I didn't see anything.
Gerald, launch to the moon.
The weight on this one is 1.8 ounces.
Ooh,
Pretty
nice.
cool. That's very light. I mean, it's an aluminum body, Kershaw launch. That's tiny, and it's got a Hawkbill. So
Yeah, I like that.
you guys seen that knife, right?
Yeah. I've,
Looking at it on my phone, it's got a really nice, generous lanyard loop for you lanyard guys. It's got that same like bullseye-looking auto button on the side. The pocket clip is reversible as well. It's got a nice round little pivot screw on it. I mean, it just looks like it's pretty well finished. I haven't seen one in person though, so I couldn't tell you.
I've handled a couple launches, and they're very nice. Like, they're, for the $100 or so that they cost, they're like extremely well made. I don't say they're ProTech level as far as autos go, but they're super snappy, and the fit and finish is perfect.
Well, I had some of the first generation launches myself, but this new one, these smaller ones, I bet you are really snappy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gerald, talk for a second.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. You're just loud as shit.
No, I'm not shouting like that other guy shouted at another steel guy
There you go.
or another knife guy or
Knife
whatever the
guy shouts at other knife guy.
Houston, you have a problem.
But you know that so now that we're bringing this up, so I don't know if we had this on the recording or not, but Steve got brought up on the Knife Nuts podcast, and you know those guys are actually pretty. They stayed very neutral on the whole subject, but they even said that Elliot was being a little bit came off kind of like a douche with his whole thing. To kind of had your back,
Just
Steve.
a little, huh?
Yeah.
Just
So,
a little.
Yeah, but I'm not. This is not my opinion, Gerald. This is what I gathered because I listen
Oh,
to.
buddy,
the-
that's my opinion though. He's a huge fucking douchebag.
We hear you loud and clear, Houston. Yeah, there we go.
But
So-
I think it's pretty awesome that you guys are doing all this steel testing, and it's really getting out there. There's a lot of people paying attention. I mean, Dave from Knife Nuts podcast said he actually listened to Steve's entire 42 minutes, like the whole freaking video. So
Really?
keep doing what you guys are doing, man. It's pretty cool. People are listening. I think manufacturers are getting the idea. Hopefully, the knife makers kind of just chime in the right way, not like how, you know what I'm saying.
I think they're protecting what they do, but at the same time, they make a production knife, and they make their custom knives, and they make their production knives at one hardness, and they make their custom knives at a different hardness. So If there's no difference, what the fuck are you doing that for?
But their production knives are made by someone else.
They still should have control over what they get heat treated at. When I had that Sharp by Design, he specified to Reate that he wanted those at 61, and they did that.
But that's Brian though. Brian's a different story. Brian's not a
dick muncher.
Brian is super, like, he's all about the details on everything. I think he's probably one of the most detail-orientated knife makers out there.
Hey, real quick, Tom, how much was that Sharp by Design or Alliance knives, whatever you just said, whoever Brian Nadeau works with? How much did that knife cost?
I believe it was $299.
How much does the Ferrum Forge Archbishop cost?
I have no idea. I've never looked into their knives. I hate their knives.
About $260.
$250, yeah.
Okay. Mic drop.
Well, yeah. Plus, the Ferrum
and one's being made by We, and one's being made by Reate.
Exactly what I was just about to say.
Well, both Chinese makers, both high-end Chinese makers. There's no reason.
I think Reate's a big step above We. Big time.
Oh yeah. We's nice, but they're not that nice.
They're not as nice as Reate.
Reate's very nice.
Probably the only Chinese knife I would even consider like adding to my collection. I still haven't, but I've considered.
Hold on. Here's what I'm saying. Ready? Okay. What knife are you talking about, Tom?
The Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon.
Okay, Evo Typhoon. Now, at that price point, right, roughly the same. We're talking about $30 or $40.
Yeah.
Have you handled an Archbishop 2.0 or an Archbishop?
No, I've handled some Wii's of that same price bracket though.
Which ones?
I never know the fucking models because they're all weird names. I had a buddy who owns a bunch of Wii's.
What I'm saying is, if you put an Archbishop 2.0 up against that Evo Typhoon, you're gonna tell me that Reate is that heads and tail that heads above Wii.
I would say so, yeah. Their level of finishing is way better.
Yeah.
Their level of materials or level of finish?
They use the same materials. I'm talking about like fit and finish. They go above and beyond.
That Evo Typhoon, you're talking about the bolster lock with carbon fiber inlays. I'm talking about a tie frame lock. Dollar for dollar.
No, I agree that I'd pay an extra $50 over a Wii of the exact same model just for a Reate build.
Me too.
What?
Yeah. They're that much nicer.
They are that much nicer.
Dude, hold on for a minute. Honest question for all you guys, when's the last time fit and finish made a fuck all difference when you were cutting something? Don't worry, I'll wait.
So here's where that level of fit and finish does.
I actually care about though. Like I do care about fit and finish.
I totally understand that, but does that matter when you're whacking pieces of cardboard apart? How to fit and finish?
They're chamfering. They do chamfering on almost everything, like on the flipper tab, on everything. That's where it matters to me, is because it doesn't dig into your hand.
But see, that's the thing is, I don't even cut cardboard with mine. Beautiful.
Here we go. Okay, look, guys, this knife right here, everything's chamfered on. It's a $125 knife. Explain to me on this knife right here. This is a Wii produced knife. There's not a single hard edge. Everything is chamfered. From the inside.
Contouring,
everything. What I'm saying is a $125 knife. Explain to me what this knife has that Reate doesn't, other than carbon fiber and a bolster lock.
If Reate, mine wasn't a carbon fiber bolster lock. Mine was just a frame lock.
If you put that knife against the Sharp by Design, there's a lot of differences. Like the detent system on it that's built.
Yeah, I think that was a huge portion of that price increase too. It has this integral detent, which is something that they don't manufacture, so it was an extra step for them to actually produce something.
Not to mention satin finish.
We're not talking innovation. We're talking fitment and finish.
Yeah.
Explain the fitment and finish, not innovation. Fitment and finish of this knife versus one of those knives.
If Reate made that knife, I would be happy to pay $175 for it.
But what would they do differently?
I'll tell you one thing that will do that Reate does better than that one is the satin finish on it.
Agreed. Their satin is perfection.
Fitment and
That's
finish.
That's finish.
You're
No,
at
satin
finish.
That's finish.
belt, 60 grit belt is not a fitment and finish. Fitment, as in how the knife fits the tolerances, and finish, as in how things are finished at the end. Chamfering, contouring. What would be different from if Reate made this knife?
I can tell you right now, if Reate made that knife, it would be better, for sure.
Agreed.
How?
Go,
How?
Steve. Go
Every
watch.
way, Steve. In every way.
Go watch my disassembly video. Here's your homework for tonight. Go watch my disassembly video on my Evo Typhoon.
If anyone's giving me homework, it's your girlfriend. Okay, first off. I'm saying at 120, you tell me what knife Reate makes at $175 that is heads and tails above this knife.
The Hills, they discontinued it.
But what? Okay, so what is better, fitment and finish wise, in this knife?
Have you handled a Reate?
Yes. I handled 3 dozen of them at Blade Show.
God,
You
they
tell me.
just feel miles better to me.
I don't want to hear feel. I want to hear actual.
I'm telling
fitment and finish.
you, go watch my video and you will see the interior of that knife is absolutely flawless. How everything fits together, everything.
And finish. I'm talking about how this knife is fit together, the tolerances, and how this knife is finished.
Steve, I'm actually talking about the tolerances here. You take it apart, you put it back together, right?
Yes.
Fit and finish.
Yes.
I cranked down that pivot screw where it should have been, tightened almost all the way down. Perfectly centered itself all by itself.
And so did this knife.
All the Wii's I've had are just really, I don't know. I feel a huge difference, and I see a huge difference between the two.
I actually own a
Here's the Vivi, tightened all the way down.
Oh, the Civivis are very nice for their price point.
For their price point? What do you mean for their price point?
For
If this was
$60.
titanium scales and so we centered.
Yeah, if they're $60. They're $60, they're super nice.
What I'm saying is this is a Wii knife.
It's a Wii knife with lesser materials.
Look at the lockup.
Yeah.
Look at the tolerances.
Oh yeah, they're nice.
Look at the internal milling. Look at the blade grinds.
Wait, are you talking about the milled liners or the cutouts in the liners? Because I don't qualify that as internal milling. They just probably stamp those out.
Internal milling. Whether it's a liner that's stamped or titanium that's cut out, it's still internal milling.
Titanium is milled.
You have to cut it.
Titanium
Okay.
is milled with a CNC mill. That liner is cut
Oh my
with a
God.
die.
Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, you tell me between what Reate does better than these knives.
I
I've
think
handled them
Reate's everything
both. I've
better.
handled dozens of them, literally side by side at Blade Show. The best Reate and the best we had to offer, they brought to Blade Show, and I can tell you right now, I see zero difference. So you tell me what they do better.
What Wii did you handle? What's their high-end one that they brought?
We Best Tech, Reate,
No.
and every model that they had. Every one, 20 or 30 different models. I handled multiples of every one. I sat there for hours between each booth and touched them all.
I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about the high. I want to hear the comparisons between high-end to high-end. Like, what did we bring for their high-end? What did Reate bring for their high-end?
Time out.
I
Time out.
handled every single night. Every single night. Every one they
Time out. There's one thing. One thing, guys. One thing. So, when you look at custom high-end makers, who do they pick to manufacture their knives?
Reate.
Whoa, whoa.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Hold on. How many Ray Laconicos have been done by Reate?
A lot.
How many?
A
Name.
lot. The Angry Baby Bear.
Okay, how many have been done by we?
0.
0?
I'm almost positive it's Kaiser that makes
The
Laconico.
was made by who?
Oh, the Keen is, yeah, you're right. The Keen is made by Wii.
His best-selling model, right? Yeah. He took his best-selling model and went with who? We or Reate?
Who cares about Ray Laconic?
Whoa. Hang on. There's a difference here. He didn't go with Wii. Massdrop went with Wii.
No. He was a part of that process. Just like he was
No.
part of the process. Kaiser, He was a part of the process with Kaiser. He's a part of the process with the whole thing. Okay?
Ryan did a whole video on that he sells the rights of the knife to Mass
He gave
Drop.
an example of who he sells the rights to. Not that exact one.
I think the only people that he has a say of where his knife goes is when he's going with Alliance Designs, because Alliance Designs are like, he's like part owner of that.
He is.
Part owner of Alliance Design.
Hey
Yes,
guys, look at this. The Isham Abstruse
Best
is
Tech.
made by Best Tech.
Oh,
It's made by Best Tech. Let me tell you what, it is absolutely flawless.
who does Elisha Isham use?
This
That's
is
not
Best
good.
Tech.
Yeah, they use Best Tech.
And We Knives.
Yeah, but that's not a good example. Those are never knives I'd ever buy.
You don't buy them, dude. This thing, the fit and finish on this is insane.
Get another beer. Get out of here.
I don't
I'll
know.
let you
When,
finish while I get a new beer.
so, hang on. The Angry Baby Bear, the Jasmine that was made by Alliance Designs. What are the other ones that he has?
Lately, Mass Drop has been using Reate a lot more than we all of a sudden.
The Eric Oaks one was what's the Orca was made by Reate.
The Kirby Lambert
Yep.
that just came out is now by Reate. So it seems like all of a sudden they switched.
Because they both do high-end manufacturing.
I think it depends on the maker. What the maker wants.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you can't say Reate is heads and tails above Wheat. There's no way. Not a million.
I'm not saying it's heads and tails, but I'm saying it's better.
There is a difference.
I'm waiting for Tom to tell me the difference.
I guess as far as their materials that they use, they're the same. Their fit and finish is around the same, but I think Reate's is better. Personally, in my opinion, Reate's fit and finish is better.
Is that justification of a price increase?
I think so. For me personally, yes.
The nicest Wii that I've seen was that integral that we talked about while Steve was at Blade Show.
Yes, that's an awesome knife.
What is that thing called again? So the viewers can look at
Which one?
I don't remember, but that's an awesome knife.
that integral, Tom.
From
that we
Reate?
talked- No, from Wii.
From Wheat,
What was
shit.
that thing
It was
called?
the redesign of the Jim Young design, right?
Right.
I handle Blade. It's the
I can't think of it. I saw it at GP Knives. The Synergy. BJ just threw it in there.
Synergy. Perfect. So now that's the nicest Wii knife I've seen out. Now if you take that, which is probably at Blade Show's like nicest Wii knife that they have, now we take to Reate and we look at the Jack 2. It's ugly, but the level of construction and fit and finish on that knife is pretty incredible.
Just let's talk about the Jack. The Jack.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. The level of fit and finish on a standard titanium slab construction knife is better than an integral. Say that again. There we go. Crickets. That's what I thought.
Hang on.
Okay. Come on.
Let's talk about the Wii.
You had a two-piece blade. You have a multi-construction design frame. Who cares about the integral? Why is everybody so cool about it? What's so cool about an integral?
Higher than that of a slab construction knife. Period.
Yes, I prefer a slab construction knife.
So do
Compare.
I can't deny the machining that goes into
But-
that.
What is Tom gonna do with that integral now that there's up and down vertical blade plate?
I'm gonna use the fuck out of it, and then I'm gonna send it back into Benchmade till they fix it.
No,
How is
stop.
that gonna get fixed?
We're talking fit and finish. It's harder to manufacture, and there's tighter fitments and finish on an integral knife than there is on a slab knife.
Where we ever came up with a two-piece constructed blade that was constructed together like the Jack 2?
Yeah.
Where?
Whatever knife is in that price point.
Oh, come on.
What are you laughing at? Hold on. First, you sit there. You just downplay integrals. Tell me, what's the last integral that Reate made?
The Jack.
I've made quite a few.
The Jack and the Jack 2.
Jack's not integral.
The Jack was.
The
Jack was just a compact knife. It's a one-piece integral titanium frame.
So that has better fitment and finish, because you've handled them both. Has better fitment and finish and tolerances than the Wii knife.
Yes, and it's more, and it's more. It's also not only better fit and finish, but it's a more complicated build.
What's more complicated?
The two-piece blade.
Huh?
The two-piece blade.
Construction, the way the pivot design is. I mean.
All right, explain. Elaborate on this two-piece, this pivot design.
Let me get a picture for you.
The pivot was wild.
Because I know the pivot on the Elisha Isham, whatchamacallit, that last one, the carbon fiber one that has that two-piece, it's almost integral. What was the last one he released?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The one I wanted. It's the pivot is nasty on that one.
Okay, yeah, there we go. And that's a Wii knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's $300. I can't think of the name for that one. I don't know. I think it's really up to the individual person. I personally see a huge difference there.
You can't objectively say
no.
Reate is a better manufacturer than Wii.
I can.
I'm waiting, Alex. I'm waiting. I'm sitting here.
I know. Just keep going. I'll be there in a second.
Me personally, I'd pay the extra money for a Reate build than a Wii build. Wii builds don't excite me. They all feel the same.
Now, I want to make this clear, and this is only one of the pictures, but I want to make this clear. I think this knife is ugly.
I agree.
But we're construction, fit and finish. Okay.
Point the construction that's so superior.
Look at that pivot design. Look how everything's inlaid.
Fitment and finish. What about that knife has better fitment and finish?
Everything.
Such as?
How about this one? Here's a Jack 1.
The Jack 1 was gorgeous.
Cool. Looks like this knife right here.
Not really, Steve. It looks
nice.
Look, man, I got to handle 3 of those integral Jacks, and look, man, they are nice knives, but in the end, I don't see them being worlds better than a Wii or a Best Tech. I just don't see it.
No way.
Then we'll all have to agree to disagree.
That's fine. But we can't agree that their heat treat seems to be much better than the others.
Ooh, I don't know. I want to hold on that, buddy.
Seems to be. From the Reate that you've tested, G.
Tom, no.
Oh, I tested too.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
That's a pretty good picture right there of some good fit and finish work.
Yeah, it looks kind of like this fox. It looks like this fox knife right there. Look, same thing, man. Look, it's even got the lanyard in the same spot. Look.
Yeah, except this one's an integral.
Yeah, boo.
See? You like integral?
Yeah.
Tom, can you ask your girlfriend what she thinks real quick?
No.
This debate, please. We need her input. Love you. So drop shot.
I don't even know why we're arguing. I don't even buy either one. Of
you don't buy Chinese knives.
We're away from each other for 2 weeks and we need to let our frustrations go. That's why.
But there has been a lot more Reate knives that I've been compelled to buy than Wii, for sure.
That's because you're a shill for Reate. That's why.
There also must be a reason on the maker's side to go with Reate so much more often, like Pena does, like Lambert does, like Brian does.
More often. I want to see a list of makers that go with Reate versus Wii. Please show me that list.
I'm talking about having their knives made as production models under their label for them personally, not
Show me more often. Show me a list of more often.
not
Because it probably has a lot to do with production times before fit and finish. Okay, get out of here.
the production times on the Reate stuff's like 6 months.
Yeah, the production shit for Wii's like 3 years, so that might be why they make that choice. Not a matter of fit and finish. So.
That's because Wii makes like 1 million freaking knife models,
So-
and nobody likes any of them.
Paul brought up a good point. That Reate is all made in-house, and Wii outsources theirs to different factories.
Prove it.
Not my words.
Yeah, mic drop.
Not
Next
my words.
subject. Prove to me that one Chinese manufacturer is better than another. Okay? Yeah.
That it's not.
Huh?
Prove that it's not.
That it's not what?
Prove that it's not better.
I'm not the one making the statement. I'm not. The proof is in the eye of the accuser. The proof is in the burden of the accuser. He said it. Prove it.
Yes. So now that we're done with these Chinese knives, let's move along to some real knives.
We're just getting started, Alex.
Real knife. Mercury.
All right, next knife.
All right, next knife.
Before we move on, you said that you don't buy Chinese knives. What about that real steel?
Yeah, that was an accident. And I do have that phonetic edge one too, the Omen.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna sell it.
Because it was Wii made. I don't blame you.
Yes. The knife itself actually is pretty well constructed, though. I have no qualm about the way it's constructed. The design is, it's good looking, but it's not very comfortable. So that's kind of why I'm kind of leaning towards getting rid of it. I like Phonetic Edge, and I wanted to support him, so that's kind of why I bought it. But yeah. So next knife. You know, I realized I could pull these pictures up for the viewers right here, since they can all see me, right?
Yeah.
So there's the launch that we were talking about.
Like a bent dick.
Well,
That's it right there.
you're not wrong.
Like a Ganzo.
So the next one we're going to talk about, you guys familiar with Red Horse Knives?
No.
A little bit.
Yeah, he's a custom knife maker out of Chicago. He has a couple knives that he's popular for, and one of them is the Hellraiser. And the Hellraiser it basically looks like a razor.
I dig that.
That's what that looks like right there.
What do you think?
I like it.
No, Steve, it's not the same.
It's the same. Look at it.
Not the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the same. 154 CPM 154. It's a cleaver. You know, handle length is about 5 inches. Weight is 6.7 ounces.
Wait,
Blade length is about 6.7 ounces.
wait, what's the blade length?
3.75.
Oh, I thought you said 5 inches. I had a heart attack. Okay.
No, the handle's 5 inches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Paul
Hold
wants to,
on. Wait. What was the weight on that again?
6.7.
Is there any internal milling?
There's no.
Probably not.
So does that mean he has worse fit and finish than a Reate?
It wasn't Reate made.
What? No, it's a custom knife, right?
This is a custom.
Okay, so does his custom have worse fit and finish than a Reate because it doesn't have internal milling?
It's a level of detail that's not there.
I'm asking, does it have worse fit and finish?
I haven't
don't-
handled one, so I don't know.
I don't care if it has worse fit finish. I would still buy the Razor instead.
I'm taking shots at Tom right now, Alex,
What?
if you don't mind.
I feel it. I feel it.
Okay? Tom, if you don't mind, okay? Interrupting relevant data.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys have any comments about that Razor?
It's cool looking. Paul wants to put a blanket ban on cleavers and front flippers.
I mean, it's you know, it's a thumb stud deploying kind of knife. It's got smooth scales. He does some pretty crazy ones. I saw Jim Skeleton had one that was really wild. Had like some marble carbon fiber and like high polished on like right on the inside here where the lock relief is.
I dig the handle ergonomics a lot. They look like they'd be real comfortable.
Right, the blade actually swoops down very low, so you know, you're not gonna be rubbing your knuckles when you use it.
I like it. I dig it. I think it's cool.
So it's not bad.
What's the price on it, Alex?
The price on these, you know, I didn't get that down, but typically these guys are about like I think like $500 or $600.
Jesus.
I think it's a little too much, but you know.
Uh-oh, we got the aliens trying to communicate again, G.
Passing from space.
So here's the next one that I'm gonna chose to talk about.
You gotta move it over. We can only see half of it.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
That is the John Wick Continental set from the Wick 3 movie from Microtech.
Microtech made. Hold on. They made a knife just for the movie?
Yeah, you know, there's a John Wick 3.
But they made a knife just for the movie? Like they named it?
They sure did. They actually did it for
Really?
the first, the second, and the third. It actually comes with this huge box, and it comes with these gold coins. And the first movie, you know how he kills a guy with a pencil?
Yeah.
You buy the Continental set, it comes with the lead pencil too.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. If I buy that knife, I can kill people like John Wick?
Yes.
Sold. I'm buying it right now. Cheers. I'm buying that right now.
Alex, didn't those sell out like immediately?
So the first John Wick set was like $2,200-$2,300 for the box set, and it sold out almost immediately. Right. This one, which is a little bit of a different set of knives, actually I saw on sale for quite a while, and this one was only $1,100-$1,200 for the set.
Interesting.
So, and this is a UTX 70.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like a little UTX 70 with the Gladys blade, and then you know you got your. I think this one's a Cypher. It's not a
That's badass.
Dragoon, but kind of cool, you know. Good on Microtech for supporting the movie. I love those movies. I know they have no story, no content, but they're really cool. A lot of
What do
action.
you mean there's no content? Someone killed his fucking dog, and then he unleashes hell, fire, and brimstone upon the world. That's a really good storyline.
And stole his Mustang, right?
Bro, come on. Look, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the fucking movies, I want to see some hyper impractical shit. I don't want to see documentaries. I don't want to see real life shit. I want to see shit that doesn't. I want to see guns, titties, and shit blowing up. I want to see, or laugh so hard that I puke. I want to see shit that doesn't make sense in the real world. I want to watch John Wick disembowel 13 guys in his living room with a pencil. That's what I want to watch when I go to the movies. I want to have fun when I go to the movies. Okay? That's what I want. I don't give a fuck about storyline. I don't care why he's killing people. I want to watch him kill people, and then I want to see titties, and I want to see more guns, and then I want to see titties. That's what I want to see. Am I alone in this? Is it just me? Am I the only person that wants to see these things?
Oh, on the specs right here, this one comes with a pencil too.
Ooh, nice.
Does it
And
come?
comes with 24 karat plated gold Continental coins.
Nice.
Does it come with titties?
No.
Doesn't come with.
Sold separately.
It would sell better if it came with titties.
On to the next one.
Exactly.
What we got there, Alex? The aliens are radioing in on Gerald's mic. Gerald.
What's up, buddy?
There you go. You were, the aliens were radioing in again. I think it's probably your air conditioner or a fan or something in the background.
What, every time I walk away?
Yeah, normally when you start talking, it goes away.
Is it happening when I'm not talking?
Yeah, sometimes.
What is that,
Oh,
Alex?
look,
So
I
this,
I don't want to run up on Alex. Didn't we talk about this crazy thing before?
Yeah.
How did you get that?
A
What
guy
the
said, "Give me a test that weird mass drop button lock thing with the messed up clip."
yeah.
Yeah.
we talked about that knife with Banter 247.
Oh, really?
I mean, this thing is,
Yeah.
dude, this thing is uncomfortable.
Dude, that pocket clip on that thing. Look at the pocket clip.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is.
It looks like a two-story building. You see the pillars?
Dude, look, the fit and finish is great. You know, the design just kills the whole knife.
Who made that knife?
I forgot his name.
Reate.
He's a
No, the OEM. Who made it?
we. What, you think I'm impressed by that two-story building backspacer?
Makers go with Reate most of the time.
They do, though.
The high-end custom makers who want production knives for themselves normally do.
Sure about that?
I'm
You
positive.
sure about that? Because I'm the one that's not right now.
Liang Ma was another one that I forgot to include earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Leon,
That
Goes with
he uses Reate
every time?
every time.
So if I go look at the Leon Ma that's made by We or Best Tech, what are you going to say?
I'm saying
You're
the
not-
stuff for his personal line of knives that he sells as production knives, they're all Reate.
If I find a Leon Ma made by Best Tech or We, what will we say?
In the last 2 years, they've all been Reate.
If I find a Leon Ma
Okay.
made by Reed
Let's-
or Best Tech, what will we say?
Let's see it. In the last 2 years for his personal production thing,
Years. If I find a Leon Ma made by We or Best Tech, what do we say then?
I'm not saying that he uses or he uses them for all of his knives. I'm saying for his production stuff. Right now, for the past 2 years, it's only been Reate. Everything in his catalog has been Reate made.
That's because he had a contract.
I don't think so. They're not paying him to make his knives.
Right, you're right because
chooses
right,
them.
because when you no, you're right because like a recording artist, right? They release one under Interscope Records, one under Universal, one under Warner Brothers. No, they don't. They release all their records under one company because they have a contract.
That's a completely different analogy, though.
No, it's not. It's a contract, bro.
The-
Business contracts are business contracts.
The record label has partial rights to that music, so they get money back. Reate,
So do manufacturers.
just from the maker. The maker pays them to make those knives, and the maker sells it for profit.
Knife manufacturers have the same kind of contract. That's right. Oh, it hurts so good. It hurts
No, they're
so good.
There are two different types of contracts.
No, they are too. My point is, though, is a maker is going to go with a company that can produce his product for a profit in a reasonable amount of time. If Wee's backed up, they're going to go with Reate. Reate is basically sloppy seconds. It's life. That's life. I still love you, Tom.
Paul says you're
And
the
I-
Donald Trump of knives, Steve. Paul says you're the Donald Trump of knives.
You're fine.
You're fired.
You gotta do the hand thing like this.
So
What is that, Alex?
So that is like it's a knife based off the USMC K-bar, but it's a folder made by Medford.
My Medford. I need to own a Medford. That's all right. Knife goals for 2019. Steve owns a Medford.
A Medford would suit you well.
Like
Dude,
I
Steve.
handled probably 30 of their models at Blade Show, and
Steve,
they, huh?
that DP 187 that I had,
Yeah.
that think you would dig that. That's a big ass beefy knife. It isn't too big, even though it's kind of heavy. It carries surprisingly well.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
This
see, Medford makes some crazy shit, but they also make some shit that's totally carryable, and that's what I'm talking about. That 187 he's talking about.
So this one right here is a 4.25-inch blade, modeled to look like a USMC K-bar, and he's got a whole video on his Instagram about all the details he took to make this one. It's S35VN, and it is 9.7 ounces.
You know what's funny about this knife? This to me strikes me as what ZT meant to do when they designed that 223.
Yes.
Yes.
And they missed the boat.
Yep.
The one that debuted on sale.
Are you serious? Did it?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing, I swear to God, was out for a week before they had it on sale, bro.
Is it discontinued?
Yeah.
I mean, it will be soon if it's not. That thing's fucking fugly. It just looks stupid. It looks like that, exactly. Alex hit it on the head, bro. It looks like it's supposed to be like a folding bayonet, basically, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like dog shit. That one looks cool.
That one is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I dig it.
And that's pretty much it for knives, guys.
I have
We
something to bring up.
Oh,
A
shit.
knife. A knife.
You or your girlfriend?
Me.
Hey, guys.
All my own thought.
You know what's funny is since we've been talking, I've had 6 or 7 new subscribers on my channel.
Sun Beach.
I keep getting these emails like, you have a new subscriber. You have a new subscriber.
If people are hearing you and realizing how awesome you are, Alex.
I was the same way when I got third in Shabazz's contest, and then I got the shout out from LTK, and now it's like 1 a week, 2 a week. Like, it's fine.
Dude, come on. Every time I post a video, I lose subs. I think it's
Do you
hilarious.
really?
I must upset some
Really?
people with that Microtech one.
That's awesome.
Because I was at like 150.
You're at 152 when I saw it today.
Yeah, I'm at 156 now.
Look at you go.
That's funny.
People are realizing how awesome you are, Alex. That's why this podcast is beneficial to all of us.
Yes.
All right, here's
I dropped that last video I dropped. I lost like 7 subs. That was fun. I was laughing real hard. All ZT bitch boys, I bet.
probably. So here's the thing I wanted to bring up. So Benchmade just redesigned their site, right? And they added new options to the custom builder. Did you guys
Yes.
see this?
Yes. The new custom shop with Dama Steel, Jade, G10, and carbon fiber.
And S90V for the Crooked River family.
Wow.
Can you custom build a 940?
Not yet.
No.
Fuck Benchmade.
Listen,
That's what
someone commented that.
custom build my 940. Fuck Benchmade.
Someone commented that on the picture that they posted, and they're like, huh, I wonder why we've never thought of that. Like, hinting that it's coming.
Shut the fuck up. Because they have a stranglehold on that goddamn design. That's why.
But the mini Crooked River is a nice design too, actually.
I agree. So I fully tricked one out on their custom shop. Carbon fiber, S90V, completely blacked out like they had in the picture, Alex, that they posted on their Instagram. Any
Yep.
guess on the price?
$300 bucks.
I could tell
What'd you say,
I
Steve?
tricked-
220.
We're fully tricked out. Like Damasteel, carbon fiber.
Damn steel? Oh, fuck.
Oh,
270.
700.
$410.
480.
What?
It was a $200 upcharge for Damasteel.
Yeah. But if you
Damn.
think about it, $480 is not bad for a Dama Steel knife like that.
Especially what I can get it for.
On what planet?
I don't think that's bad, man. I mean, I buy a lot of high-end knives. I don't think that's bad at all, actually.
I think there's better options out there in Damasteel than a Crooked River.
Alex,
At that
you
price.
buy a lot of high-end knives from high-end makers. This is a $480 knife by a production company.
Now, hang on. I've had 3 custom Benchmates, and all of them were perfection. Like, their custom shop is nice.
No, my point is this. They're a production when they buy Damasteel from Damasteel, they get it at a discount. This isn't a custom maker buying 10 foot of fucking Damasteel. That's my fucking point. When you buy a custom-made Benchmade from Benchmade, it should be significantly cheaper than buying it from a fucking custom knife maker. They're a massive manufacturer. They buy at bulk. They buy at cost. They get a cheaper price on it. That's fucking ridiculous.
I will never pay $480 for that, but I will pay my price. I will probably be getting one of the tricked out versions.
Tom, because you won't share your price with the group.
I'm not sure I can say it on the podcast.
So I'm gonna pause you guys real quick because I got a text from Bill Koenig. All right.
Okay.
Well, I have both of my mini goblin and my Arius getting matched up in like kind of like a style 57 kind of pattern, right? So I told him I wanted a blue anodization, I wanted gold hardware and gold backspacer. So he's telling me it looks crazy good. He sent me a photo of it, and the question is, do I leave this alone or do I anodize it blue?
Blue. Blue.
You said you wanted it blue and gold, and with gold hardware, right?
Right. Does it look better raw or does it look better blue and gold?
I still think blue. Personally, I like that nasty like lime green. That wasn't an option though.
I'm a natural tie guy, but if you want blue, go blue, bro. Hold on. Tom.
Yeah.
Can you get your girl real quick to answer for you real quick? Find out what's going on.
Whatever.
Dude, look, I'm not much help because I'm not big on titanium knives. So.
Oh man, we left you out to dry right there, Alex.
I sent you guys the price that I get for that mini Crooked River tricked out.
It looks sick like that. I mean, if you want blue, go blue, brother. Go
I kind of like. So I think the blue and the gold would be cool because I don't have that much blue in my collection. But you can see the milling, I would think, a lot better with the way it looks.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I mean, like, it's that's too perspective, man. Like, what do you think? Like, if you want blue, get blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, you guys weren't much help.
I think that gray tie with blue hardware would be really cool.
Bro, look, I'm going to go ahead and say, even though I don't like titanium, I love fucking blue. Make that shit blue.
All right. We got some commitment here.
Hey, I said blue too.
All right.
I said Reggie. You said blue. G said blue. Tom's girlfriend hasn't answered yet, so I would go blue.
She'd say blue too.
So it's blue.
Hey, look, and it's only money. You can't take it with you when you die. If he makes them blue and you don't like them, have him just tear that shit back down to raw TI, put it back together, and send it to you.
And this is a real thing.
I can't
Make that shit blue.
There we go. Make it fucking blue.
So,
Make that motherfucker blue.
so Steve hates the custom shop idea for Damasteel.
Man, fuck that. $200 for no. This is what I'm saying is even at a 30% markup, you can't tell me that S30V up against Damasteel is that much. It's just not. It's not, and you're not going to get a custom. You're not going to get a custom heat treat on that Damasteel. Okay, you're not going to get a custom grind. You're not going to get a custom edge bevel. So fucking 480, you can suck my fucking rosy white left nut. I'm not paying $500 for what I. If you could put $500 towards a custom,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Where someone does Damasteel, Peter Rosenti, who does Damasteel, who I personally handled his knives, who grinds his knives on a hollow down to 6 thousandths behind the edge. That's what you can do with Damasteel. You can put that $500 towards one of his knives. I would never in a million years pay fucking $48 for a Benchmade in Damascene steel. They can kiss my rosy white ass.
So they can't see that, Alex, right now because the text is too small. But
Picked out minis or what?
so
Is
Mini
that
what?
yeah, that's correct.
That's your cost?
That's my cost.
on a Damascene steel.
Shipped. Yes.
Oh,
I know.
that's pretty.
I want one.
That's a
So
significant.
get one for what you get it for, buddy. You go ahead and get one.
I mean,
I would.
for that, it's worth it, right?
If
Yeah.
you don't like it, you turn around and sell it. You're definitely not gonna lose any money on it.
That's what I've done with every single one of my custom shop stuff. I've like my grip titanium that I had in M4. I got it for a hell of a deal. Used it, beat it up a little bit, and sold it for like a $40 profit. It's whatever. But
I still have that Mirage in M4.
on the bright side, their S90V was only a $20 upcharge over S30V.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take that.
How much? I can't remember how much upcharge the M4 was from my Barrage.
It's like it's $10. I'm pretty sure now.
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
No.
It wasn't that much.
It tells you what they have into those steels.
The
not
M4
much.
is their M4 felt pretty good.
Their M4 is nice.
Yeah, their M4 does feel good.
Who's?
Have you guys tested any Benchmade M4 yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Steve has.
We've had it Rockwell, and I've tested one of them.
I know BJ had his Super Freak tested.
Yeah. I cut tested some Benchmade M4, and it did identical to Spyderco.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. It did really well. I mean, they do a good job. BM, rock on. What's your sweet M?
So I don't think we ever officially decided what was going to be the main topic of today's episode.
So you guys, said, let's do the what's the hype thing, right?
The most overrated thing, like the stuff that we hate with knives that is the most overrated.
These nuts.
That's a good one.
Right here. These nuts. I promise you. They're overrated. Overrated shit on knives. Tom, you start.
Jimping. Fucking hate jimping. If you
You
design
don't like jibbing?
if you design a knife correctly, I don't need it.
Exactly.
Really good point. Overrated jibbing.
Perfect point here.
Here's
Anthem.
Huh?
Zero jimping on this. My hand is locked in and it's extremely comfortable to cut with.
This is a custom fixed blade made by Selby Knives. Shout out to Selby Knives. He's a super cool guy. Do you see any jimping?
Zero.
I can't even see you move, Steve.
No, Steve's frozen for me too.
Oh, he's good for me.
Bro,
You're good for me, bro.
I'm going to pull my dick out. Hold on.
Rock on. I said rock on, not rock out with your cock out.
You probably won't even notice. Am I moving here?
Yeah, you're
I
moving.
guess.
You're good.
Anyway, this is a small custom neck knife, like all of his neck knives. Selby Knives right here. Shout out to Selby Knives. No jibbing. There's no jibbing.
It doesn't need
You
to
know
be.
why? Because it fits your little hand.
Yep.
You don't need jibbing. Jibbing's stupid.
Don't get me wrong, sometimes jimping is cool aesthetically, but functionally it sucks.
How many Swiss Army knives you ever seen with jibbing?
Exactly.
Hey, did you guys see that there's little like faces?
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah.
Wait. Look at this
Dude,
one.
Dude, what the fuck?
how do you do that?
That's funny.
I want to do it. Yeah, cry.
What's the other one? What's this one?
That's funny, bro. Anyhow, well, while we're playing with Skype, what do you think is overrated, Alex?
Knife steel.
I knew he was going to say that.
I'm gonna boot his ass out of this call.
I knew it. Talk about it. Come on.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Why is knife steel overrated? Is it because you don't use your knives as much as we do?
Yes, that's exactly why. So why should I care?
Well, then how come you don't have like some, honey badgers and, you know what I mean?
They don't look pretty.
So
Yeah, but for what you need to use a knife for, it's going to get the same job done.
No, because I need to take
Cutting your
pictures.
sandwich at work.
He doesn't buy knives to use. He buys them for the looks.
Exactly.
Here's my argument to Alex.
He buys
right?
a Ferrari but leaves it in his garage.
Yeah.
Look. Here's the thing. Okay, look. As a guy who uses his knife, uses his knives a lot, right? You gotta, as knife like heavy users or whatever you want to call us, you gotta respect this part of the community, like Alex, who are collectors, right?
Yeah,
You
definitely.
gotta respect them. We're all in this together, right?
Mhm.
Now, here's my argument to Alex.
It doesn't mean I can't think he's wrong.
It's fine. He's wrong. I mean, this is where we agree to disagree. What I'm saying is, what my argument to Alex is this: if you paid extra money for Mokutai inserts on a knife, or a Mokutai pivot collar, or a zirconium pivot collar, and then you came to find out that it wasn't Mokutai or zirconium, would you be upset, or would you ask for it to be replaced? Or would you ask for it to be what it is, if you found out it wasn't Mokutai or zirconium or titanium or a finishing element that you paid extra for?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my argument to the collectors out there, and I understand the collectors, guys that are out there like an Alex, who's someone who doesn't necessarily like care about the edge retention or whatnot of a knife. It's the same basis. So when you pay extra for a finishing element, such as an inlay, bow tie, or whatever, I'm using that as an example. When guys who are users pay extra for a knife that is supposed to be a superior caliber steel, they want it to perform like a superior caliber steel. Just like when you pay for a zirconium insert, you expect that shit to be zirconium like you paid for.
Yeah.
You guys know I was fucking with you guys.
Oh
right?
yeah, we know.
No, but it's a real thing though. You gotta bring it up. You gotta say it though. Someone's gotta say it.
We gotta defend your hypothetical point.
Yes. No, I totally agree. You should get what you pay for, and I mean, but truthfully, like I have all these pretty awesome knives, like a knife like this one, right? This, I'll cut all day long with it. I don't give a shit. I think this is like a good knife. It's got a good finish on it. It's not going to look ugly when I cut with it. If I resharpen a knife like this, I really won't care. You can bring a nice edge to it. It's got a nice deep sharpening choil. All right, so like I can sharpen this and use this and not feel bad about it. Now this one's a prototype, SOCOM. So now if I use this thing, the value drops if I decide to sell it by like $300 easily, and that's just if I strop it, it loses $300. So there's knives that I have that I mean I'll cut letters, like little stuff, plastic opening stuff, And I'm actually getting to the point where I'm starting to care less about value, because a lot of these knives I plan to keep for a long time, if not for good. But I have knives that that I'll use, and I have knives that I won't. Like that Dragon Scale Damascus Ziba I have. Why would I go and cut with that? Is it going to perform? Is that thing going to perform better than like my M4 Barrage? Probably not. Like those knives weren't even designed for that. And those are the kind of knives I buy. I buy some that I like to use, and I don't want to, be that guy like I used to be, where I used to just have a nice little, tiny little, like a Kershaw launch, right? And that would be my user. And then I have something like this in my back pocket just to have it. I've gotten to the point in the stage of my life where like I want to use a nicer knife. I want to pay the money and feel what a good user is all about. So I'll use something like this. But something like this, I won't. Because I'm not sure if I'm ever going to keep this forever. And I'd love to recuperate my ZT 777. I just sold that. By the way, I made money on that one.
Nice.
I made $200 profit on that one, actually.
That's awesome.
That knife, you know why I sold it? Because I can't carry it. I can't cut with it. It's destroyed once it gets to that point.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's people out there that are like cool with using a 777 and just beating the shit out of it, you know? That knife, I just couldn't get myself to do it because it's supposed to be a collector's iconic piece, you know? So I have knives for both purposes, and I do believe that steel composition and Rockwell hardness, I believe all that stuff's very important. And I totally agree with what Steve says, that you should get what you pay for. And before I met you guys, I knew a lot less about that stuff, you know? It's like I first mentioned in probably the first episode. I see S35VN. I see another S35VN knife. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like a cake. There's a recipe for it. You bake it at a certain temperature. You make it. And then there you go. You have your blade steel. So if everybody's using S35VN, let me just pick the design that I like the best. Yeah. That's what matters. I mean, that's the assumption that a lot of people have. And, you know, when I learned that's not the case, I'm shopping a lot differently since I met you guys, for sure. But yeah. But now my new revelation is I'm trying not to keep too many knives that I don't plan to use.
That's where I'm at, too.
Huge, man. Yeah, that's badass. See? And then that's what I'm talking about is I think a lot of us, it's funny, there's dividing lines in the community, right? You got the knife community, right? Everyone likes knives. But then there's these little sub-communities, right? Like guys that, let's say, you know, guy's a plumber, right? He's breaking down a bunch of these water heater boxes every day, right? So guys like that tend to draw a line in the sand versus guys that maybe don't use it. Maybe have an office job or do whatever Alex does. Maybe he doesn't use the knife as much. And they use that as like a badge of honor, right? Like,
yeah,
I use my shit more than you, so my shit's more relevant. Which is bullshit. It's bullshit. We're all in this community together, right? Whether you use your knives a bunch or use your knives little, it's all relevant, right? And like Alex has said, he's got knives that he likes to carry and use, and he's got knives that he likes to keep at home for whatever, for just because I like that fucking knife. And I think that's something that needs to happen in the community. I think all of us need to accept the fact that point blank period, we could all get along with gas station M-Tech knives if you really wanted to, but we all go above and beyond that because we expect something better. Whether you're a user or not, right? There's a level of, I like this knife and I'm going to buy this knife for these capabilities or because I like this design feature more than this knife, right? And we all need to accept the fact that that's a real thing. And you know, how a knife's heat treated is pertinent to everybody. Whether you're a Metal Complex, he's a YouTube guy. I talk to him quite a bit now, and he makes a good point about that. You know, he's a guy who grew up doing construction, and now he's got like a white collar job. He doesn't use knives nearly as much, but he says something that's really pertinent. He's like, look, if I buy a knife in S90V, I may not use it enough to dull that edge out, right? Like I might not be a heavy user now, but I bought that knife in S90V because I expect it when I need it, should I need it, to do what I want it to do, right? It's supposed to sit there and cut for days and days and days. So I think that's important. I think everybody needs to just embrace the fact that we got, and enjoy the fact we got different points in this community where you got heavy users, medium users, light users, collectors. This is all part of the community. You know, nobody's excluded from that just based on how often you pull your knife out and beat on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just because you beat on something more than someone else doesn't make your user experience more important than theirs. You know what I mean? Getting what we all pay for is pertinent to everybody. You know what I mean? Whether you're buying customs or you're buying $40 knives, it's all the same.
Now, on my fixed blades, that's a different story. When I go hiking or camping and I got a fixed blade, you can look at my fixed blades. They're beat pretty hard. I'll baton with those fucking things. I split wood, you know, and that's just what I think a fixed blade is for.
Yeah.
You know, and in all honesty, if I had to leave the house and just pick one knife that I'm just gonna bug out with, it's probably gonna be a fixed blade.
I agree.
I don't like having to rely on a pivot if you got just one good strong piece of metal, you know.
Word.
But I can't go to work and not have something that folds and tucks in the pocket. So that I like folders too. Just like Steve doesn't go to work and make food with folders.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. You don't see me in the kitchen cutting up onions with a Spidey chef. It don't happen. That's a real life. It's a real thing. I mean, what Alex just said, you're talking from a guy with a lot of experience with knives. When he sits there and says, if I was really going to go and bug out, I'm grabbing a fixed blade. Well, yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm going to turn around and go, sorry, Cold Steel guys, I'm not grabbing an SR1. Sorry, I'm grabbing a fucking fixed blade, and I'll run out there, and I'm not going to. Because I've said this before. The more I like all right, how do I say this? The folders that I like the most are the folders that I have to worry the less about, right? The less I have to worry about whatever's in my pocket, the more I enjoy it. So the least I would worry about a knife would be a fixed blade, right? Yeah. If I would, like the very least, like if I had no problems walking around with a 4-inch knife on my hip and not looking like a fucking crazy person, then I would do it. You know what I mean? But I can't. So I want something that's convenient, that tucks in my back pocket, and I can come close to that, right? Reason why I have an affinity for Sabenzas and Hinderers and stuff like that. Yeah, see Tom's waving his stupid, silly little fixed blade over there.
It cuts.
For him, by the way. But yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with Alex. That's what it comes out. You know, you feel prepared for your situation. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's what's most important. You know what I mean?
Paul says you already look like a crazy person, Steve.
Me? I do not look like a crazy. Paul is crazy. I do not look like a crazy person. Now, if I walked around with this knife, I might look like a crazy person. So this looks like a crazy. Like this is a Dexter knife. That Hills Have Eyes knife right here.
Steve.
Like I'm a person.
This is what I've been waiting for this entire episode. What do you think is overrated in knives?
Yes.
I think is overrated in knives. Steel composition. 100%. A lot of guys and a lot of reviewers have given me a lot of shit for harping on heat treatment or Rockwell, but steel composition without any thought for how the knife was treated is overrated. And I mean that by like you take a lot of reviewers on YouTube, right? They'll pick up a knife and they'll go, okay, like right here, okay, this is it's paramilitary 2. This isn't a standard model. This has green G10 and it's got 204P. And the standard model sells for $140. This sells for $155. But that's because it's got green G10 and 204P instead of S30V. That's been the moniker. That's been the standard for a lot of knife reviewers for a long time. People were basing whether or not a knife's value over whatever it said on the blade. Whatever, S30V, 154 cm, and no one was giving any thought to how that steel was actually treated. Right. So it's like if you go to a restaurant and you sat down and you ordered a steak, right, and it was $20, right, for the meal, and you didn't ever ask if it came with vegetables, if it came with a potato, and they never asked you how you would like it. It was just you would just buy it based on the fact that it's a steak. How it came out, if it came out with vegetables or starch, or if they even asked you how you wanted it cooked, meat, from rare to well done, was irrelevant. You were just going to buy that based off the fact that it said steak. You didn't care. All you knew it said was porterhouse, filet, or New York strip. So that's what I think is highly overrated in the community is steel composition.
Yeah.
And what I think is underrated in the community highly is heat treatment. I think a lot of guys don't give enough clout and don't give enough thought process into what's actually happening to the steel versus what the steel is made out of.
That's a good point.
So that's my thing. A lot of guys, like Shabazz, and I like Shabazz. I met Shabazz, he's a cool dude, but he brought up this point of what's it called? Goodhart's law. Goodhart's law is a thing in science where if you, in a nutshell, basically, if you focus too much on one statistic, the statistic kind of becomes irrelevant, more or less.
Yeah.
And he was trying to apply that to Rockwell hardness, saying that if we focus too much on HRC, we're going to miss the rest of the picture. But in reality, steel composition, what it said on the knife, whether it said M390 or S30V or 154, whatever, had become Goodhart's law. Whereas people would look at a steel and just assume that it was better than the next steel based on what it said, not on how it actually performed.
Yeah.
So that is what I think. I think steel composition was overrated, and I think it's also heat treatment is underrated in the knife community. And that's what I'm trying to change.
Yeah, actually, I like I said, I really like what you guys are doing. If you guys check out my new video, I actually featured Steve as the channel to talk about, and I mentioned Tom and Gerald too, and there's many others out there. And the words I use is they're on a crusade right now. They're on this crusade, and they're gonna put this huge map together. And when that data gets put together in a nice, beautiful chart, you guys will be able to see, really what you're getting, what you're paying for, And then you might say to yourself, oh, look, this underdog maker right here actually has a nicer, better knife. Some of these big companies who you expected to have some, phenomenal processes because they're so big, they've got to have the best heat treat ovens. They've got to have all these mad scientists over there, and and when it really comes down to it, like what's that guy's name?
K9 Switzerland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guy.
Roman.
That guy's a scientist, and he's only one guy, and he's a pretty informative dude. And there's guys out there that are probably making better knives in small kind of units, that should be paid attention to. And that Benchmade that everybody, likes to buy may not be quite exactly what you expected it to be. Or it may be. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. As we're finding out every day, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's awesome, Alex. I appreciate that.
I mean it. Like I said, since I met you guys, I've shopped for knives very differently than I used to. So it means a lot that you guys are putting all this hard work. I mean, I have a shitty little hands in front of the camera kind of channel, and the amount of work you guys put, it's quite awesome. Like I saw Tom's video on the Maximate where he's doing showing you the micro level of what the edge looks like, under almost like a magnifying glass. Mm-hmm. And when you see it, it gives you, you're like, oh yeah, now I can really see what he's talking about. Like all these things that make a lot of sense. Gerald's got, a library of freaking steel tests. So it's pretty much like anything you think you're going to be shopping for, there's a good chance you'll find it on Gerald's channel too, which is pretty cool.
See, I like watching your videos, Alex, because it's just something that that I don't know if I can speak for the other guys, but it's stuff that we don't see on a regular basis, or stuff that we either just don't buy, or in my world I can't afford at this point. It's just kind of cool to see all that stuff, and there's not many reviewers out there that are quite as in depth as you. I like that your episodes are super long for the most part. I mean, I know you try and keep them to a certain length, but you're not like Shabazz trying to just roll through a couple points and call it a day. You know what I mean?
I know. I was real worried with that zero. Like I said, I tried to do that zero, that Shirogorov zero, 3 or 4 times. But I'm so enamored with the way that knife was made, the way it cuts. That knife I actually been using, fellas. I've been using it quite a bit.
Like you should.
And I actually bought it with the intention to be like the EDC, small enough to take to work, you know, big enough to really kind of cut down whatever boxes and crap I get from Amazon or whatever. And I don't even budge. Like, I don't even flinch when I use it. I'll just pull it out, just cut whatever. Zip ties, doesn't matter. I don't care. It's a $700 knife. And I'm fucking shocked at how well that knife is doing. I'm sure it could use a better edge, you know, like maybe a little steeper angle, or I don't know. Maybe I'll send it to one of you guys when I dull it out. But so far,
you got the sharpening stuff, bro.
I don't want to touch that thing, man.
It'll be easy. Tape it up. You'll be good to go.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Painters tape it up so nothing gets in the pivot. Painters tape the blade. Just be careful when you're wiping off the diamond dust, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You won't fuck it up.
I probably will, but I'll consider it. I'll think about it. But yeah, that knife, I could not describe everything that was good about it in 20 minutes. It took me like 40. I think that video is 49 minutes. So sorry if you guys decide to watch it. I know it's long as hell, and you'll probably shut it off early on. But the intro is like 10 minutes anyways. So, you know, hopefully you guys, if you guys want to check out that video, I really suggest you do if you're interested in buying a Neon Zero, because I really highlight all the things about it, and just fast forward 10 minutes into the video and you'll get to the good stuff. I'm getting drunk in the video in the first 10 minutes though, so to me that's the...
There we go.
All right.
Collectors get drunk in videos.
I wanna hit 2 more points before I gotta go, because my dinner's about ready here. We gotta get Gerald's feelings on what's overrated. Can't leave Gerald out.
Dude, I'd have to say that some people upplay how weak or brittle certain steels are. After all, it's steel.
Yeah.
I mean, the way some guys talk about it, they talk about it like it's glass.
Like the whole Maximate stuff.
S30 and chipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I mean, yeah, of course, but like a bunch of people have talked about the geometry, Steve especially, the geometry matters way more than what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to run my Maximate through the gauntlet in a toughness test, just to show people how much tougher that really is than what you hear about it.
Come on, Tom, send it to me. Let me toughness test.
Well, I ain't using your fucking parameters. Jesus Christ, I don't want to snap the blade in 3 pieces.
We're gonna mallet this thing right through a concrete wall today. We're gonna see how it does.
We're gonna avoid significant lateral stress.
Yeah, shout outs to PM2OG. Let's hammer it through a piece of rock and see what happens.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
The fucking guy cracks me up. He's like, "All right, we're gonna hammer." He hammers every knife through a piece of concrete, and they all look exactly the same.
It's like,
Oh, shit, they all look. What do you expect? One knife to just not have any damage? You hammered it through concrete, you dumb fuck. What do you think's gonna happen? Okay.
Oh well.
Every knife he takes, whack, 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 with a rubber mallet, not a metal mallet, a rubber one, and just hits it through a piece of concrete. Oh, look, the edge got damaged. Oh, really? What? You mean it didn't go through the concrete with no damage? Man, that's crazy.
All right. The last thing I want to bring up, my buddy Brian over on the Reddit Discord asked a question for all of us except for Alex. I think we got to leave Alex out. Although you might have something to say on this, Alex.
I'll make something up.
For knife testing, like what we do with the whole cardboard thing, what do you guys think is like an acceptable amount of feet cut to be, I don't know, I don't want to say top tier steel, but adequate for our EDC, like not saying, because you can use 8CR for an EDC if you wanted to. I'm saying for a knife aficionado's EDC that wants something with decent edge retention, what do you guys think's like the minimum for that?
300 to 400 feet.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
What?
I've only had like 5 knives that tested over 300.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Well, he asked for the premium shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Stuff.
Talk to you, Alex. Tom, get the fuck off the mic. Put your girlfriend on here. Alex, talk.
Well, am I wrong?
No, look, he's right.
What would you say, Tom?
I'd say
250?
200's acceptable, but a little on the lower end. I would want something over 250. But at this point, I'm so fucking spoiled after doing the whole Maximate thing that everything seems like a piece of shit anymore that I test. I'm like, why is this edge rolling so quick? I've only cut 400 feet of cardboard. So
Is that your opinion or your old lady's opinion, Tom?
that's my opinion.
You sure? Double check with her.
I'm positive. Dude, through regular use, that Maximate, I was getting like almost 1,000 feet of cardboard cut. And now I get to, I cut like 20, 30 boxes down at work, and I'm like, damn, my S30V is fucking flat. Like, it sucks. So, I don't know. That spoiled me. But I think anything over 250 is pretty premium at this point.
Well, you got to put it.
For cardboard. Anything over 250 is pretty damn good. Working edge, obviously, not fine edge.
You really got to put it in perspective, though. I mean, I know you test a little bit different than Steve and I do, but we test on a 1-inch section. So even if you take S35VN, the average S35VN only has about 150 feet of working edge. But if you have 3 inches of cutting edge, I mean, theoretically, you should be able to do about 450 feet.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to hit that thing on a strop, and you can hit that S35 on a strop, and it's going to come back, like you almost didn't use it. So, I mean, it's all perspective. What do you do? How much, like I've already figured out, I use the back portion of the blade a whole lot when I cut cardboard up. It's just what I've trained myself to do somehow, not unknowingly. But I mean, still, if you're at work and you only have one knife and it's S35 and you got 3 inches of cutting area, so maybe you got to pay more attention, use the front of the edge too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But then if you throw S90V in there, you got 3 inches of cutting edge. Well, then maybe you're talking 1,000, 1,200 feet you're going to get out of the total edge before you got to hit that thing on a strop.
That's a good point.
And if you put it even further into perspective, that same S35VN, if you stop, when Steve and I stop in a test, the knife is by no means dull. It just means it isn't cutting paper anymore.
Right.
You can still push it through cardboard for a while longer. You're not going to be able to bring it back on a strop if you keep on going like that, but you're still going to be able to use it.
Definitely.
100%.
I didn't really think of it like that because I mean, I use a little bit more edge than you guys do. It's like an inch to like an inch and a quarter, because I don't tape off both sides because I feel like the front tape fucks me up. I end up getting up onto that tape too much. But I keep it as small as possible. But at the same time, you're right that you use so much of the edge in normal use that theoretically you should be able to get a lot more than even what our cut tests say. That's just showing the potential of one spot being abused over and over. So that's a good point.
I've tried to tell people that and I mean, it's totally in theory, and unless you're gonna, tape off each section, which maybe Steve and I should do that. Take a blade with a 3-inch cutting edge, and cut with each particular inch until it won't cut paper, and see what the working edge is, because then you're getting your total edge as working edge, not theoretically it'll cut 500 feet. Yes, we did 1 inch at a time, and it'll cut 523 feet.
I was already thinking that.
That's cool. That'd be a cool test.
Yeah, we're right up against the pole edge, right?
I hope that was a good enough answer for Brian. Did you? So Alex, actually, Steve, we didn't get your answer. What do you think for?
I mean, I side with Gerald on that one, man. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. I mean, what's an acceptable edge? Yeah, it just depends. You also got to take into account like how you sharpen,
Yeah.
right? Like what edge you're working with. You know what I mean? If you're like half these guys that I see on Instagram that slap mirror edges on fucking everything, then yeah, you're never gonna get 300-400 feet out of any edge. Because I'm sorry, and guys can argue with me all they want, but most production knives can't support an edge that fine for longer than maybe 100 foot at best, even working edge. So you know, if you're really looking for, that's a big determining factor. Like if you're really concerned with edge retention, most production knives, again, we're not getting into Maximet or anything like that. Well, even Maximet, shit, hell, we can throw that in there. If you're looking for a knife that's going to cut longer, then you need to be looking at a lower grit edge, right? Most guys that I see on Instagram and stuff are throwing up really high grit, high polish edges because it looks cool. So that's a big factor in that. You know, I don't know what edge he likes to run his shit at. I would say what's a reasonable edge? You know, what's a reasonable amount of cardboard cut? Whatever you can get off a 600 grit edge is what I would say for 99.9% of steels that you get out there. That's what I would say.
Is there a certain number that you get to, Steve, though, that you deem it a little bit more acceptable, or like it being a steel that you would want to use more?
Are we talking about the same grit finish?
Yeah, let's say they're all at 600.
If they're all at 600, are we talking a working edge?
Like how you test, yeah, and working edge. Like, do you get a certain number? You're like, yeah, I'd be cool to EDC that, or do you get like another number where that's lower that you're like, no, I would never do that?
All right, if we're talking like going by my tests,
yeah,
a number that I would be okay with would probably be, I don't know, 250, 300 feet. A working edge, yeah, that would be like something that because I try to look at it as like through my day, right? Like, so when a truck comes in, right, and I've got 25, 30, 40 cases of food, because you also got to remember this, when me and Gerald do tests, it's in a controlled environment, as in we're dealing with cardboard like this. So like for me, in a kitchen, a lot of the boxes that come in are food grade cardboard. Yeah. So they're covered in wax and they're triple and quadruple walled, right? They're 3 and 4 wall thick. So if I can cut 200 feet of this, then how much double wall do you think I'm gonna be able to cut? A whole lot less. You know what I mean? So right. That's a big factor. You know what I mean? So for me, it's always been down to, can I get through a delivery's worth of work, right? Like, can I go to work with a sharp edge, get through work without having to worry about it, right? Without it hanging up. I can break down all these boxes, throw them in the dumpster, go back home, hit it on a strop, and then go back to work again without worrying about it or sharpen it. So me, it's always a day's worth of work. So, I would say if I had to put a foot number on it, I would say, about 300, 350 feet before I have to hit it on a strop or, really put it to a stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roughly.
All right, boys. I think that's a pretty darn good answer. I think we're all pretty much in agreement as far as, what we get as far as what would be a good number. I mean, between 250 and 350, I think that would be safe to say for our ranges, right?
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah, because I think anything under, like I said, 200 to 250 is kind of, you're good. I'd be okay with that. Anything over 250 is pretty solid. Anything I've gotten over 300 has been pretty damn good. So, I don't know.
If you learn how to maintain an edge, I mean...
Oh, yeah, that doesn't even fucking matter at this point if you're maintaining an edge. I'm talking if you just cut until it goes dull.
Yeah, because if you know how to maintain an edge, you can keep it going and going and going on a strap for quite a while.
I'm pretty certain I could keep Maximet going forever with just that strap.
I mean, look, for Ryan... because he's more of a maintainer, I've been using the S30V Manix and the S30V Freak at work, and all I've been doing is stropping them.
Yep.
And I pretty much break down all the cardboard at work, I mean, we had people transfer, we have new people, so there aren't a lot of people there that are willing to do that. I just tell them to leave them. I cut the boxes up anyway. I mean, I'm a few weeks in. on both of them, S30V, and I just drop them. That 16 micron CBN is some amazing stuff.
It is.
I mean, that'll bring back an edge that you think you're going to have to sharpen again. You know, you just hit it about 10 passes aside on that, and then you go hit one of your lower strops. Like I'll do the 16 and then the 3, and I mean, I put a picture to our chat. I cut a few hundred feet of cardboard with this, stropped it up, and it'll whittle hair after that 16 micron CBN and 3 micron diamond.
Yep, I do 16 and 4. It's good stuff.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how well it cuts. And takes, like you said, Gerald, an edge that you think is pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Fixes it up. Although I don't think it would have fixed my Bradford after dropping it.
No, I saw that. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
What you had was a serrated edge. I don't see the problem.
Hey, it's like I said, I didn't even know that that happened. I was still cutting cardboard. I'm like, yeah, this thing's cutting good. And then I hit that spot, and I was like, it's getting a little dull there. That's weird. And then I looked at it in the light when I was done cutting that cardboard. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, well.
Fuck this thing royally.
I know. I was like, damn, I forgot that I dropped it on the floor. I was like, God, did it really roll that much from cardboard? What kind of shit is this? No, we're good.
Much from concrete, baby.
Yeah, that's what happened. Anyhow, I think
3 kills.
I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I got to go eat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I feel like this was a pretty good episode. We had some hot debates there in the middle.
Squish, 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 squish.
Yep, there it is.
Squish.
Whatever.
Squish, squish, squish.
We had some good debates there in the middle of the episode. If you guys want to go follow any of our Instagrams or YouTubes, whatever, follow the Sharp Talk Instagram so you guys can see updates about when we're recording these, when we're live, all that good stuff. I think the plan from now on was to do bi-weekly, so we won't be next week, but the week after. And I
You
think
pissed people off, Tom.
that's fine. That's fine. They can be pissed. They already don't subscribe to my channel, so it's
How
fine.
do you know?
Huh?
How do you know? Maybe you have enough subs, but the rest of us want people to like us.
Cause I have a little number that says 400 and something, and I watch it go up by like 2 every week.
Can everyone sharp chat? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Alex. Can everyone go and sub to old Tom so we can do this every week?
They're already
Since he's
subbed. It's fine.
Because
It's
that's
alright.
how we bring it on. I don't know. Look at it. Yeah, the whole head.
All right, my food's gonna get cold. I gotta let you
Yeah.
guys go.
It's cold. Oh yeah, you're on you.
Food's gonna get cold.
It is. It is. I gotta go. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks. This should be up Monday like normal.
Squish, squish.
Squish, squish.
Squish,
Squish,
Tom,
squish,
squish,
boys.
squish. Tom's signing out. Squish, squish. Say it.
Squish, squish. Tom signing out.
There we go.
There we
Peace
go.
out. Remember, buy Reate, not we.